Hi again, welcome to Fit for Life. It's Karen McKenzie here, and I can't wait to get started. Now you notice on the table here we have the weights and the bands and the water because we use all of them. Today we're not going to do that, but as these shows repeat, we'll be doing something different almost every day, so just keep that in mind. Today I'd just like to talk to you a little bit about, how can I put it? Feeling like exercise. I mean, most people don't want to do it. Once they start, they're okay, so you've got to keep that in mind too. Put on some music. But these are rules that you can kind of live by. They're both physical and psychological. Do the exercises you like to do. Like what, for instance? Dance to music in front of your computer. Try to take a walk almost every day if you can. That's really important. That's cardio, isn't it? Also, consistency is important, and it's just something that you have to get into the habit. It's easier to stay in shape than it is to get in shape. So keep that in mind. But what you need is strength. You need strength for every day to keep those muscles strong. As we get older, that doesn't get better. Our strength wanes, everything lessens, so we want to keep these things where they should be, keep them up, so to speak. Cardio fitness, also, when you do strength training, it does improve your bone density. We've talked about that. You might have beginner or just early osteoporosis. Talk to your doctor about it first before you do any kind of exercise. Keep that in mind. You want to try to find opportunities to exercise. Again, go to the park. So you can walk to the park, put the music on. That's what keeps me moving. But sometimes I get too lazy to do that and I start feeling sluggish. I put the music on and I'm raring to go. So cardio is important. Strength is important. Flexibility is important. Flexibility is good for your posture. How are you sitting right now? Pay attention. I hope you're not like this watching your television or your computer screen. I forget about that. That's what people are doing today. Pretty soon we won't have any computers at all, I suppose. We'll just be watching a screen. Flexibility is important. Also, you want to manage your stress. With the COVID-19 problem that we all went through, and apparently we're still going through it to a certain extent, you want to find a way to lower that intensity, that anxiety that you feel. So exercise does a lot of things for us. So I just want to mention our thoughts for the day today. I have two of them for you. It's just kind of a nice way to start the day. Sometimes they're funny. The older one gets, the more one feels that the present must be enjoyed. I'm pretty sure most of us feel that way, don't we? It is a precious gift, comparable to a state of grace, just being able to get up in the morning. So keep that in mind. We're lucky to be alive and moving, taking nourishment, as they say. The second thought today is live your life and forget your age. As we get older, it's hard not to think about it. We look around at young people and we say, gee, I wish I could still do that, right? Well, you probably can, but you have to work up to that. And that was Norman Vincent Peale. I'm sure most of you know who that was. So we're going to try to do today a little bit of everything. So we're going to start with our morning exercises that I know I've given you before, but I think you need to be reminded. Am I right about that? All right. So just remember that you've just opened your eyes. You haven't gotten up yet, or maybe you've gotten up and come back, and you just make believe you're lying here, lying down. So you're pushing forward in your chair, and then your legs are flat on the bed, so they're straight or fairly straight. And what you're going to do is just move your feet back and forth. You can do all of it with your eyes closed, or maybe one eye open and one eye closed. I'm trying to tighten my abdomen a little bit while I do it. If you can do two things together, this might be a good opportunity to tighten your midriff and your abdomen. So try to do at least 50 of these. It goes fast. It really does. You want to keep your ankles flexible so that when you're walking, you're not tripping over yourself. You have flexibility in the ankle, especially in the winter time. So I'm going to lift my legs up a little bit so we can do the flex, Pull those feet back. Remember this, you're still on the bed. Those feet are flat down on the bed. And you're going to point. So you're going to stretch the front of your foot and then the back and your calf. You can feel that. Sometimes we get cramping in our calf muscles. So this is a good remedy for that. So we're going to point and flex. And we're going to do at least 8 of these. This is 4 coming up. And 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I'm going to put one foot down, but that means it will go right flat down on the bed. And we're going to circle. The circling is important too, especially for your ankle. Let's do 8 of those. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now let's do it in the opposite direction. Around and around. How does that feel? So these are exercises you can do every morning before you even get up and get ready for the day. And let's do the other foot. So we're going to circle, and this should feel good too. It's good for what? Your circulation. Everything kind of stops when we're sleeping, doesn't it? And then we'll circle the other way. So that's not too difficult. All right. Now you want to stretch the back of your leg. So you'll, again, both legs are out straight, but we're going to work on just one leg right now. You're just going to lift it up and down. You're going to feel it here, tightening, but you're going to get that leg up higher when you're on the bed. So you're stretching your hamstring. All right. I kind of forgot to count on this one. So let's rest the leg first. And then we're going to lift that foot up again so your leg is flat. Out to the side. A little stretch for the hip. 3. I almost forgot that one. 4. Tightening all the time. 6. And don't stop breathing. Don't hold your breath. Just do your regular breathing on this one. The other leg, remember, flat on the bed. Why don't you flex that foot back just a little bit and lift again? It's more of a bounce, I guess. Bounce and lift. And 5, 6, 7. If you want to do 10, this is 10 coming up. Good. I'm going to rest the leg a little bit because you are sitting in a chair, so it feels a little bit different. Leg out straight. Now, what did we do next? Out to the side. 1. It's also good for your memory to try to remember these exercises. And 4. I do about 10 of them. We probably won't do all of them today. 5 and 6 and 7. I know you can feel it right here. So you're also strengthening while you're stretching. And it's a little bit aerobic because you're moving, you're bouncing up and down. Now, another exercise that we can do, and it's one I haven't done lately, again, flat on the bed, and you can do the under and over. This is a good movement. It's good for the hips. Again, you're tightening that abdomen. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Good. And 8. All right. Let's relax for 1 minute. Let's put our hands right here on our knees. But you notice my posture isn't too great, so I'm going to pull myself up nice and straight. Doesn't that feel better? You can breathe better. You can swallow better. Don't swallow your gum if you're chewing gum. So you're going to bring those shoulders down and just pull against your knees. You might feel a tiny bit of discomfort there, but that's because you need to keep these muscles a little bit elongated to keep your posture just right. Pull the chin in. That's probably the simplest posture exercise. And remember what I said when you're driving, and I believe most of you are, pull that chin in and keep your head on the headrest. It's great for posture. All right. Let's lift the shoulders. We're just doing a little stretch. We'll get back to the morning exercises in a minute. Round that back. This is good for stretching. All right? Good for the spine. And then you can pull yourself up. See the difference when you're nice and straight, the way you should be. So keep that in mind. Wonderful. Now you're going to lift one leg up. Now if you're lying in bed, you would do it this way. But we're seated. So lift one leg up and pull that knee toward your chest. I'm going to try to maintain my posture here. Pull in, pull in. Wonderful. All right. And you're going to hold that 10, 15 seconds. This is really important to stretch your lower back. And if you are having fairly simple back problems, this will help it. We'll put that leg down or flat on the bed. Lift the other knee up, and you're going to pull in and pull in and pull in. How does that feel? Feels great seated too. You can do it lying down on the floor, in bed before you get up. Nice and tall. Now, we're not going to do this, but if you can do both knees together, picking both knees up and pulling them to your chest, that would be even better. So keep that in mind. All right, good. Now, legs back on the bed, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to lift your head up off the pillow and come up as much as you can and just push like a bicycle movement. And this too is great for strengthening the abdomen. It's good for your quadriceps. It's a good strengthener. And I usually have my hands here, either touching the back of my neck. So don't try to sit up. Just bring your head up and your shoulders a tiny bit off the pillow. Now, if you can do all these exercises without the pillow under there, try it. Take it away. And that would be actually better for your posture, and it would flatten out your upper back. So let's keep that in mind. All right, now, like I said, we're going to try a little bit of everything today. There are 6 basic fitness components. Grab your water while I'm talking. Always have your water ready. Now, today we're going to do at least 5 of them. All right, we're going to do some cardio, some running in place. Make sure you have your sneakers on. You really shouldn't be working out in bare feet unless you're doing yoga or something like that. So we'll do some cardio. We're going to do some lower body strengthening, standing up. We'll do our flexibility when we're sitting back down again. We're going to do a little more posture work, and we're going to end with meditation. Now I think we're going to give you some balance too. So the only fitness component we won't be addressing today is nutrition, but you need all of them, all right? So let's do this. Come forward in your chair. Right off the bat, we're going to strengthen these quadriceps, which is great for falls prevention, right? So let's bring the arms out. You can hold on. Come forward and try to get up without standing. Some people find it fairly easy. Others have a real problem with it. If you cannot get up at all, I'm going to sit back down again. If this is impossible for you, when you're in the front of the chair a little bit, you're sliding forward. If you cannot get up at all, that means your quadriceps are really weak and you're much more apt to fall. So keep that in mind, okay? I'm going to come to the side of the chair. You don't want to come in the back. All right. Nice and tall now. Just march in place. Get those knees up. Easy stuff, but at least you're moving, right? Good. Get those knees up. Alternating. So it's like a march. It's like marching, and this is good for balance too. Get those knees up and up and up. Up. Good. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So you're getting the heart rate up just a little bit. Now you're going to try to do what I call running in place. Not going anywhere, but you're doing kind of the same movement. That will get the heart rate up even a little bit more. Now I'm going to count to myself. We're going to stop first. I'm going to try to give us a minute to do this. Pretty sure you can do a minute. It doesn't sound like much, but once you get started, you'll feel it, all right? And if you are out of breath, if there's any pain anywhere in your body, if you're having trouble breathing, you would know enough to stop, right? So let's try for a minute. So I'm not going to say a word, but once we start, I'm going to count 60 seconds. Here we go. We are halfway there. How are you feeling? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How did you do? Are you out of breath? If you were out of breath at 10 seconds, I'd worry about it a little bit, but just do the best you can. Work up to it. Just do your regular walking to start with. Go to your park if you have a park. If you live in an area that's conducive to walking. Look at the beautiful trees. Let's do one more kind of cardio. We're just going to kick. 1, 2. Watch your balance on this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do a few more. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you're just kicking to the front. Let's kick to the back this time. So it's up, up. Think of getting your heel to your bottom. 4, 5. I just move my arms naturally, so maybe you do too. Just a different way to move. Instead of kicking forward, you're kicking to the back. And then we will end this session with a knee lift. Up. Use your arms too. You can touch your shoulders if you want. 4, 5. See how I come forward? Must be because I have long legs. I don't know. So bring it up. Bring it up. It's easy to do technically, isn't it? But if you're really out of shape, you're going to feel it. All right. Wonderful. Grab some water if you need to. I'm going to get another sip here. Water is important all the time. I'm told 8 cups a day for us, but it depends on whether you're eating watermelon all the time, if you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables, if you're drinking juices, milk, it counts. But it would be hard to figure, wouldn't it, exactly what you're getting every day. Talk to someone about it, look it up, and just be cognizant of your age and your health problems and things like that. Thanks for waiting, by the way. So let's do something that's very, very important as we age and that will keep us independent. This one simple exercise. It's not the most beautiful exercise. It's a little ungainly, but it's really important. People that do a lot of sitting and squatting and eating on the, not from the floor, but on the floor, they're seated, they last a little bit longer. They don't have as many falls as we do. So let's keep those knees bent, bent, bent. Now, if this hurts, then just come up a little bit, right? But I'm going to go a little bit deeper if I can. Arms out, and just think about sitting down, but you're not. You're going to reach forward and then a little bit back. On your heels if you can, as long as it doesn't make you feel like falling. It's called a squat. And for function, for being able, let's come back up, able to get in and out of bed, in and out of a car, toileting, up from a chair. It's so important to strengthen these muscles. There's the biggest, the longest muscle in the body is here also. So keep that in mind. Quadriceps and hamstrings on the back, right? Let's try it again now. See if you can go a little bit lower this time because you're starting to stretch and strengthen a little bit. That calf is stretching out too. Way down. Reach forward and kind of back at the same time if you can feel it. Keeping your weight in the middle of your foot if you can feel that. If not, don't worry about it. This is for upper body strength. Now, let's stretch a little bit by just lifting those legs up. If you need to hold on, that's okay. As long as you're moving, you're doing something. We're not watching television. It's too easy. But isn't it relaxing? Especially on a Sunday night. So lifting, lifting. I'm going to give you another very easy exercise. You're just going to lift your leg out. Just leave it there. You can do that seated. Lift off the couch or the chair. Bounce it. 1, 2, 3. I'm holding on. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the other side. Lift it up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. All right, I want you to try something now because you've strengthened those legs a little bit. We're going to do something called a lunge. If you need to hold on, do it. Just don't be out here. Keep the body straight. You're going to lift up, lunge to the front, lift up, lunge to the back. Doesn't have to go as high. Up and back. So you're strengthening and improving your balance by doing this. Try it again. Up, front, up, and back again. Wonderful. But let's try the other side. Lift it up, come to the front, and see if you can let go and stay there. Can you? Try it. Then we're going to lift up, go to the back. Try it without holding on if you can. Up and back. Up, whoops, and front. Up. You know, I'm conscious of this chair here, and I feel as though I need to hold on when I do this. If you can do it with your hands on your hips, that would be even better. All right, now let's do another strengthener, and I'm going to add a little balance nuance in there. So your feet are apart. All right, good. You're going to bend the knee. Now the knee should not be in or out of the foot. It shouldn't be on the inside of the foot or outside. Keep that foot flat. Whoops. All right, let's do a nice bend here. All right, so this is kind of easy. If you have to hold on, that's okay. Arms out. Now do that bend as deeply as you can. Look down. Make sure the knee is kind of just before the toe. You still want to be able to see that toe a little bit. Whoops, I keep losing my balance. Lift your toe. And this is a good balance exercise. Now, if you need to get behind the chair, you can do it. So you get knees bent, lift the toes over here, keep those knees bent, and lift. Nice and tall, watch your posture, lift the toes. What do you think of this one? I like this one. Haven't done it for a long time. And here, good. So we're building strength and we're building balance. Now, if you don't want to do the toe lift, just do this. Feels pretty good. And you want to get a little stretch in your upper body, you can do something like this. Good. Back and forth. All right, let's do one more balance exercise. Then we're going to sit down and we're going to do some flexibility. So we've done strength, cardio, we're going to do flexibility and posture, and we're going to end with a little meditation. All right. So try this with me, holding on first if you need to. Point to the front, point to the side, point to the back, and close. Try it again now. Front, side, back, and close. Heels together. Front, side, back, and close. Easy. Front, side, back, and close. Do it again. Front, side, back, and close. All right. Let's bend both knees and relax for a few seconds, okay? All right. Now we're going to touch to the front. Lift it up and put it down. Doesn't have to be high. Side, lift it up, put it down. Back, up, put it down. Come back to the side, up, put it down, and come to the front and lift and put it down. Let's go to the other side. All right, I'm going to move the chair just a little bit. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to touch to the front, the side, the back, and close. So we're doing the other leg now, right? Front, side, back, and close. When I say close, heels together. Try it again. Watch your posture. Front, side. Just a little test of your posture. Front, side, back, and close. Wonderful. Again, when I want to rest the legs after I've been pointing or keeping that leg straight, I just do a little plie. Now you notice I'm doing this knee bend with my toes turned out a little bit. So this does kind of look like ballet, so we'll call it ballet. We'll call it a bar exercise, okay? So you're going to point to the front. You're going to lift it up and put it down. To the side, lift it up and put it down. To the back, lift it up and put it down. To the side, Up and down, and if you have to do it slower, that's fine. Front, up, and put it down. Was that easy? Let's lift those knees up to get a nice stretch. Up. Great. You're doing beautifully. Now we're going to sit down in a minute, but I want to do another stretch. Let's go back to the other side before we sit. So this is for flexibility. You want to keep that body flexible to avoid injury, right? So you're going to take the outside foot, cross it over the inside, and just drop down. You can hold on for this. Hold on and come forward. Just let the body naturally come down. Let that arm hang. Keep your head up if you have to. You don't have to drop the head down like that, all right? Good. Hold on again. So that's a forward bend. We're stretching the lower back. Bring the arm up. Now think of pushing the hips forward a little, and we'll do a back bend. We don't do enough of this back stuff, and it's really important for posture, stretching the front part of the body instead of the back. All right, let's switch feet quickly. Cross it over. Make sure you're not out here now. You're closer to the chair. You're going to drop down, keeping that head up so you can still see me. Bring the arm up, push those hips forward a little bit, and we're going to do a back bend. Wonderful. Great. Let's sit down and relax now for a minute. The last thing we're going to do, and this is another basic fitness component, body and mind are connected. So you want to find some way to relax, reduce your blood pressure, hopefully. We're going to do something called Mindfulness Meditation. Basically what it means is being in the moment. Turn this mind chatter off. I overthink everything. And I'm trying to cut back on that. This is a way to do it. If you have some nice relaxing music, put that on too. But we only have a few minutes. And we start with what they call the yoga breath or the meditative breath. And we have done it before. You're going to breathe up through your nose, holding for a couple of seconds, and then breathe out through your mouth. As you breathe out, let your chin just drop down naturally, okay? So you're not really pushing it, you're just bringing it forward. Good. Now you're going to breathe up through your nose again as you bring your head up. You can keep your eyes closed, or you can watch me, and then you will exhale. As you exhale now, you're just going to bring that chin down, let the head fall forward. Wonderful. This breath will relax you, but you have to do it, and you have to do it more than once, all right? So let's do a little more stretching without the breath right now, just your natural breathing, just to stretch out your neck. Oh, time's up, everybody. All right, we'll have to continue this at another time, but thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.